Hello and welcome to this week's episode of CBTV. The Labor Party is in a continuing state of denial about their growing list of policy failures, which are damaging our domestic economy and our international competitiveness. Unfortunately, these policy debacles are costing you money and costing our nation dearly. This week, the government has been forced to pay millions of dollars in compensation for their bungled Australia network tender, with some media reports suggesting that Cabinet twice overruled unanimous public service advice that Sky News be given the 10-year contract to provide Australia's international soft diplomacy. It's yet another indicator of a government that cannot handle our money or is unwilling to follow due process. And if that's not bad enough, the illegal boat arrivals keep on coming. More than 16,000 people have now arrived on 290 illegal boats under Labor's failed border protection policies. This has generated more than $150 million in revenue for the people smugglers. Unfortunately, Labor remains locked in a severe state of policy denial on its border protection failures and are still refusing to listen to the Australian people. But the refusal to listen shouldn't come as much of a surprise. After all, this is a government led by a woman who will not admit her pre-election claim there will be no carbon tax under a government I lead was a lie. With Labor, you can't believe the spin, so you need to look at the facts. And the facts are these. The world's biggest carbon tax will burden Australian manufacturing with more costs, even though up to 130,000 manufacturing jobs have already been lost under Labor since 2008. The carbon tax will reduce Australia's GDP by a cumulative total of $1 trillion by 2050. It will increase the costs on state and local governments, resulting in further tax increases and/or cuts in services. And it will add billions to Labor's $100 billion budget black hole. Even Labor go-to woman and Reserve Bank board member Heather Ridout told ABC Radio recently, "We are very concerned about the impact of a $23 to $25 a tonne price on the Australian economy. It's way out of kilter and people can see that with the international price." But it's not just the carbon tax that is out of kilter. We all know the entire government are way out of kilter with the hopes and dreams of the Australian people. The Gillard government is weak and incompetent, it is divided and it is dysfunctional. Only a coalition government can restore hope, reward and opportunity for all Australians. This is Cory Bernardi.